What's up everyone, Speedy here. In this 1v1 video, we're going to be doing 2 live games as well as 1 replay review. So let's get right into it. Here we are in game number 1. I didn't want to miss that boost because my whole play now is kind of fucked. But I probably have no idea that I was going to go for that, but can't really do that a whole bunch of times now that I've done it once. Good control. How am I jumping there? There was no reason for me to be jumping there. Put myself in a terrible spot. Good touch. Nice. Not bad, and not bad at all. Not a great takeoff, though. Just way too much horizontal separation there for me to get a ground air dribble. Okay, this is going to be a 3-game video. Cool. Here we are in game number 2. I mean, it's just that you can't turn that far away from, like, that early and not expect me to flick it. Good flick. I had the same idea I did. Flicked it just at the same time. Why am I giving possession away, bro? Why am I so garbanzo beans at this fucking game? Fuck, dude. Hate being down here. Spend most of my time in fucking like ranked running against underranked people. I shouldn't be this far low. And it's frustrating. And I'm not even going to talk about the fact that I just did like an insane shot here, but like yeah, I just, it's frustrating. Like, I should not be on the fucking border of, like, plat 3, dude. Like, it's super frustrating. Like, literally every game before this was against somebody that's either really underranked or somebody that was just doing kickoff cheese strats, like, 200 times, and it's just the dumbest crap. Yeah, I just can't do anything there. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks because I'm trying my best and trying to figure out how to adjust. No, you're not fucking faking me. Bring it back to the corner. Don't have a high percentage play, just bring it back. It's a good shot. Yeah, it's frustrating because, like, I know where I feel like I should be and where I've been, like, fighting towards, and it's just, like, it's brutal. I'm doing okay this game, at least. Alright. Let's keep doing what we can, though. We can't control who my opponents are and how they play. I can't control how I play. Imagine. GG. Ones is brutal, guys. Just fat fingered a random button, so oh, I just said nice shot. Oh, a pre-jump from him. Owie. Nice. I'm getting better at those, but I feel like I could do better. So if you happen to know any advice for how to really get good with these, let me know. Because there's some training packs that I know are around for it, but I don't remember exactly what training pack is best for that. Fuck it. Try another one. That's fine. Okay, that feels like that's like too obvious though. See, this is what I mean. I really don't like to be down this low in diamond. Because it's like this like it's not, I wouldn't say it's not that it's hard, but it's like it's straightforward. And the opponents that I do go against that are like way above my rank smoke the fuck out of me, and then I just get back down here. And it's frustrating. Oh, he stays around. Maybe I'll try to get like a cool flip reset or something cool, you know, see if I can even do that. Hey, I did the reset. Didn't do anything useful with it though. This game to be over. I want to do some replay review. Ah, man. Sorry guys, it's tough. It's tough. Sometimes it's just mentally, it's tough to try to stay mentally consistent in situations like this. GG. Here we are in the replay. And this was a rough game. This is honestly, for me, one of the more mentally rough games I've played. Because, like, yeah, a pretty decent start, but just, like, the opponent starts playing, like, in a way that was just, like, really frustrating. And the way I made certain mistakes was frustrating, so let's try to watch it back. If you want to improve the takeoff there, what you want to do is two things. One, you want to take more time. You don't want to be coming at it for like that fast from behind, especially when the bounce isn't like fully complete. You want to try to get like under it a little bit more so that way you can actually scoop it. Don't be air rolling. Honestly, don't air roll a lot, especially when you start your actual like ground air dribble. What can happen is essentially is like this. You just get a lot of separation and it's hard to actually like make the correct adjustment with the play. The other thing you could do here is if you want a secondary option is like, there's a good play here. Getting this set up here, this is good. But making this approach here, what's really important is you could go for a shot, but the thing is that the shot's really savable because the opponent has momentum towards their goal. You can go for an air dribble bump, so you can go for a ground air dribble, try to catch the ball, say like the ball's here, try to catch it, and then come up the air, and then stay below it enough to where you can actually start getting ready to push ahead of the ball, and that's what creates the potential for a bump. Because then you can get a bump play here, as long as you're in line with the momentum of like where the ball should be going. You'll have the opportunity to get that. That's a good 50. That's definitely good read there. That works out early on. I remember this game having like a really good start and then just did not go well after that. What was this guy's kickoff? Because this guy's kickoff was like the most like annoyingly like frustrating. Like, see what I mean? Like, it's just like he doesn't fucking flip it. He just boosts and it's like somehow working, and it's just, it's so frustrating that a kickoff like that it even works at this rank. That's a poor flick. It's the correct idea but bad execution. Honestly, if you want to get a better flick, be a little bit more towards the ball. Try to get to where you see the circle of the ball. Try to get a little bit closer to it. That'll give you like a bit of a better position to where you can actually get a forward flick. Even like a side flip flick like this isn't bad if you try to get a little bit more under the ball, and you'll get a better actual action from the ball there. Bit overcommittal here. Good idea on the potential shot. Still kind of sketchy here because you're kind of essentially in this position. You're committing a lot for this play. If I got a bit more control on this play here, so right after here, opponent gives the ball away. Take a moment to kind of just be a tiny bit wider. So instead of being this narrow to it and not giving yourself space, be like about here and then come in. Because you'll find that the scoop you get is a little bit higher. The opponent will still try to likely turn, but at this point you'll have possession and momentum. You can go for a double jump pop, and it'll just pop right over him. It doesn't have to be like a super complex play, but the simple play like that is a play that would be effective here. I wanted to go for another ground air dribble. This was a game that I really was trying to force myself to ground air dribble a lot. Because the thing is if I never actually try to do these mechanics and fail, and actually like fail at them, whether I do well or not, doesn't matter, but it's more important that I'm actually trying to do these mechanics. That if I never actually try to do these mechanics in a competitive setting, I can fucking sit there in replay and in training packs for the rest of my life. And I could be insanely good at it. But if I never actually force myself to actually do it in a real game, those neural circuits will never form the way they should form, and I'll never put myself in a position to where I can actually like get more consistently good at doing these. I'm too inconsistent at it right now, and so I've been practicing them. I've been practicing my mechanics. I've been practicing the things I need to do. But the thing is that I've not been applying that practice the way it should be until today, and I struggled a lot today. I struggled a lot, And this is probably the reason why I hit that floor, because I was conceding goals that I probably wouldn't have normally conceded if I just played my normal super safe, passive, speedy playstyle. But that doesn't always get you better at the game. It may win you games, but it doesn't win you life. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you actually understand things better and actually like understand how to make the adjustments. It just simply lets you play passive and lets you play safe, and maybe, yeah, that's effective. That defensive style can get you reasonably far, but it's not going to get you the furthest. It's going to suck early on getting scored on like this. It sucks. It sucks making these mistakes. It sucks conceding goals because I suck at the game. But it's because of the fact that I recognize I suck at the game that I'm trying to do this stuff. I'm trying. And you should too. You should try these things. You should try to do these mechanics within reason, but you should try. If you're doing a mechanic over and over and over again, and you're practicing it, and you're trying to get better at it, obviously, if you can take an open net and take the free nets, just fucking take the open net. If your opponent overcommits, just take the goal, right? But if you find yourself in positions where you are actively trying to learn a specific mechanic and you are actually actively trying to do it, try it. You fail? Okay, at least you tried. At least you can learn something from the replay and understand what you did wrong. So for example, in this case, I came in with way too much momentum. Way too much momentum on the entry here, and then I pushed the ball way to the side and had all that separation, vertical and horizontal separation, and it creates a completely open net, and there's the first major mistake of the game. You will see more like this. Here, it's kind of a bit panicky because I saw him going for the pump play. Once again, ground air dribble attempt. Originally tried to go for it, and then I had to go for a flick because I just could not get like a safe angle. When you're trying to hold the ball like this, what happens is like you're using a lot of boost here, and now you create all this instability. So what happens is like if you are simply like staying in control and you're going at a normal speed here, even like pay attention to your opponent and where they are in relation to you. If they start to turn, obviously an insta-flick is really effective there. But if your opponent's just not going, that's where ground to air dribble and a potential bump play in the air is super effective because you have the space to do so. This is a mechanic where it requires some space. I had the space here, and yet I found myself having to go like this, spazzing out, and making it harder for me to have the control, which means I'm not going to get the takeoff I want. Therefore, I had to flick it away because that was the safest play I can make in that moment. Obviously, I get a goal here because I ego chow the guy, but doesn't mean that this is the optimal play. What I could have done is gotten better control there. Again, this is why you should try mechanics. However, try to understand when these mechanics are effective. That's a situation where the opponent was not challenging, and because the opponent was not challenging and not early challenging and there was space, that's where a ground to air dribble is effective because there is space. An insta flick from the ground is more effective when your opponent is going to early chow you. And when you know your opponent is early chowing, you see them turning towards you, that is your cue to insta flick. You either insta flick or you drop the ball in front of you and single jump 50, either or. Second option is the quote unquote safer option. The first option is the faster option. Fortunately, I couldn't really get that shot to connect. That actually would have been kind of nice, but so okay. This was a big decision I made. I'm glad I made it because, like, in this moment, if I had, like, yes, I conceded that boost, but it was more important that I had a position that I can follow through with. Because if I came in like this, with this bounce the way it did, unless I just boom this ball across, look at where this dude is. All I have to do is fuck up the touch here, and he just has an easy open net. And I've made that mistake way too many times, as have many of you, most likely. And the way you don't make this mistake is you position differently. Yes, could I have gotten this boost and then bang the ball as far as I could across? Yeah, I could have done that. But it requires precision because you're coming off the wall here, and your flips are going to be coming up differently than they normally do because you're coming off the wall. The way around that is by positioning a little differently. I wanted a backflip flick. I got a diagonal flick, which kind of sucks because that kind of was not what I was wanting. I wanted to get the kind of like the pop from a diagonal flick that I normally would have gotten. bump happens to help him, which is really unfortunate. And he does a really good job of controlling the pace here with this, and then popping it. Just can't go here. Like, it just plays in a way that is just so frustrating. Once again, same thing. Finding myself trying mechanics, even if I absolutely suck at them. Normally, I'm of the mindset when I'm playing that if I'm defensive and I see opponent overcommand, I just simply play the smart defense. But in these offensive plays, I am legitimately trying my best to force myself to actually make mechanical errors and force myself to make these mechanical plays, because in order to be better, you have to make these mistakes, you have to make these errors, you have to actually try something. If you just stay grounded, if you just stay basic and just stay safe, yes, you will rank up. If you follow the system that Flakes put out, it is an incredibly effective system. But the reason is that I am trying new things because I'm trying to find my own healthy balance of the Flake system and my own form of play, and incorporating that in my own way. And that's hard. It's hard to try to find mechanics in the right way. I have spent the last month legitimately every day spending time in the air dribble beginners pack doing air dribbles, flip resets, and backboard double taps. And like, legitimately, I've spent that time. I've spent time on flip resets. I've spent time on these basic mechanics as well to make sure I'm fresh with those. I spent time with speed flips, and yet I am still down here in the trenches and the dredges of fucking Diamond 1. And the thing is that I am going to keep trying these things. And no, I'm not going to treat myself as quote-unquote hard stuck. It is a really frustrating thing in Rocket League when you hear a lot of people say that, oh, I'm a hard stuck XYZ rank. Here's another situation where I went for ground air dribble and it just didn't work. I had the space for it, but it's bad takeoff. And it's frustrating because a lot of people will say I'm a hard stuck XYZ rank, right? But the thing is that if you're hard stuck, that's not because of just simply being a rank, it's your mentality. It's the way you think. It's the way you play. It's the way you actually engage yourself into this game and try to learn. If you're trying to improve because you just simply see a certain number of pixels or certain pixels that say champ 1, champ 2, champ 3, oh, I'm getting better because I'm going up in rank, and that's your only measure and that's your only way of seeing if you're actually improving, then you're unfortunately missing the point of improvement, and then you're actually only hurting yourself. The way you improve is not focusing on the rank. And yes, I'm frustrated because I'm in a low positional rank right now because it really sucks to lose over and over again. That is never a good feeling. Go up to any competitor and ask them if they like to lose. Nobody likes to lose, but you can learn. You can learn, you can put yourself in these positions, you can put yourself in a better position to be better as a player. And you do that by recognizing when mechanics are in the best interest of a play. Think of a mechanic as a tool, right? If you're trying to play baseball, even just like as an idea, right? You're playing baseball. You wouldn't use a fucking golf club to try to swing at a baseball, would you? No, you use a baseball bat. It's really simple. Consider a double tap as a baseball bat play, right? You wouldn't try to use like a crazy random like play that's never going to work for a play like that when you know that your double tap play is the baseball bat play. You need to use your baseball bat, not your golf club. Think of it that way, right? That's how you understand when that tool or when that weapon or so on or whatever you want to make an analogy of is effective for the play, whenever that mechanic is effective for the play. If you do not understand when certain mechanics are really good or optimal, quote unquote, for the certain play that you are trying to make, force yourself to use that mechanic and learn when that mechanic goes well. Ask yourself why it went well. Was there just a success bias? Like, oh, it went well, that must be the right play. No, ask yourself, is this the right play because of what? And if you make mistakes and you understand that you struggled with the play, understand and ask yourself, why did it fail? Did it fail just because I struggled to do the mechanic, or did it fail because this was the wrong situation? Ask yourself that. If you do not ask yourself that, you will not learn. And if you will not learn, then you will not improve. And then that set of pixels that you may be worried about, you will never see the pixel go up the way you want. And that's just a reality. So make the adjustment. Ask yourself in your replays, and do you actually do replay analysis? Do you actually watch your own replays and actually like take the time to really understand what you're doing? And if you do, I am glad and I'm proud of you. But if you don't, try to. Just do it once a week. Pick like one game in a week to do it. It's super simple, and just be objective and not really like cruel to yourself. Be kind to yourself and understand the mistakes happen. That's normal, it's part of life. And just like play the replay and understand, oh, I could have done this maybe a bit differently. Like there, super easy example, right? Here, good touch here. I stay close to the ball. Opponent has to leave because these fucking 0 boosts. But instead I boost too much because I'm focused on the opponent, and I'm also not paying attention to where I am relative to ball cam. Sometimes come off ball cam so you just have space to work with, and now you can make a play, not have to rush it. Now I end up giving possession away because I put myself in a really awkward spot, and I don't do anything constructive with the play. You see how just by using replay, you can now recognize mistakes that are just not going to help you? Learn from it. Learn from it. Be better. And coming up here is the moment that I lose the game. I go for this right here. I go for this. I get scored on because I could not get the basic control. Was this the right situation for the play? Yes. Was this execution awful for the play? 100%. 100%. Will I learn from this play? I sure hope so. So think, where am I in relation to the ball? I am going this way. Where is the ball not? Right there. Right there. At this exact point. It's not right there. Why is that? Because I am trying to get the boost, as you normally would in this play. And I go off the wall here. And what I could have done is just not touch the ball, or if I did want to touch the ball, follow through with it and stay close for a 50 and make sure I preserve the space so if the opponent tries to come in, I can then place for a 50. But because I made myself awkward here, miss the ball, miss the position, then turn, once I realize, oh shit, I'm about to get scored on, and get scored on, then I realize, oh, I messed up. See how you can learn? And once again, this guy wins his kickoffs by literally just fucking boosting. Incredible. That's incredible. And you can see here the eventual overcommit here actually does lose me the game itself. Did I have to go for this overcommit coming up here? No. Would I try it again? Absolutely. I would absolutely try this again. Because I had the space. I had the position for it. But how can I do this better? Instead of coming off the wall this way, coming up like this, this boost would be a lot easier to work with by grabbing this boost, turning like this. You can even turn like this. You could even go like grab the boost, fake up the wall, come down, and then play off the bounce here, and then go for the ground eligible. But because I was trying to come off the wall, keep my momentum, play fast, this was cool. Visually, it was cool. But look how awkward the touch is. Look at all the separation. Ball's coming up this way. I'm going that way, and opponent's just like, oh, well, I just won the game. And now I have nothing. And of course, as you're going to see, opponent gets a very nice control, in fairness, and wins the game. So ask yourself, what did you learn from this? Are you making the same types of mistakes? Are you making the same adjustments to try to force yourself to learn the way you could? Because if you're not, try. Just try. Try and fail. And fail and fail and fail and fail again. And keep failing until you don't fail. Until you succeed. And then at that point, ask yourself, what have you done differently? And if your process has improved, then learn something. Take pride in the process, not the result. Your rank is the result that you think that you should deserve to get XYZ rank or whatever. Take pride in the process. Take pride in the fact that you're trying. Take pride in the fact that you're actually putting the hours in, that you're trying these mechanics and failing at it. Because that's how you really get better. That's how you avoid, quote unquote, being hard stuck. That's how you be the best version and the better version of yourself. So be better. So if you enjoyed watching this video, I'd like to ask you to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Speed the Man out.